The goal of Production Octopus Class 3 is to talk about over communicating. And so let's just think a little bit about how we get the deal, right? Let's go backwards in our customer experience a little bit and just show like where the problem kind of begins, right? So most businesses, and if you're not at 8 touches, get there, but most successful roofing companies, and what I mean by that is like I took, all the customers that we were working with, I said, okay, I got 9 months until this baby is born. I got to transform my business. What could I do? And I didn't even know what I was going to offer or sell yet, but I thought, what are all these businesses doing? Like, what are all the operating frameworks? And this actually came from a video from Alex Hormozy. He did it with gyms, right? And he was trying to figure out how certain gyms would have this like really amazing churn. And so he brought all his best performing gyms that had the lowest churn percentage. And he said, what are you doing to reduce churn? And they would give him a list, right? And there were some things that some people did, and some people did something directly contradictory to that. And so he's like, well, that can't be the thing. But there was, several things. I think he had 5 things that they did to reduce churn. And I thought, well, there's 3 things that all these roofing companies are doing. And they're our top performing clients. I thought these are the 3 things that all of them are doing. Those are 3 things that I could deploy, operating frameworks I could teach. Those are the 3 things that every roofing company should do. And so when I say something like you have to do 8 touches, it's because this is stuff that we measured and then said, oh, this is part of an operating framework that everybody does. And when they're at the top of the game. And so one of those things is the 8 touches. So lead response is very fast. They book the appointment really quickly. They have the confirmation of an appointment. They have a 5 minutes away notification. They have a job walk video. They have a good presentation, so they don't just mail the estimate. They have a post-inspection follow-up call and a 24-hour follow-up. So these are these 8 touches that they're using to get the deal. And the problem is that the customer will have this question after they sign, which is, do you care about me as much after I sign as before? And so then there's the touches that you do to keep the deal happy, right? Which is the thank you automatic email on the job signature, a job sold confirmation call from a sales manager, an introduction email from production, or a call and a job schedule call, and those can be reversed. We've actually found is better in reverse. Then there's usually a 2-week job reminder, email and text. And this again, if you're booked out quite a ways, and then a day before install call, and then a day before install email and text. Now, this is where the above average even stop, right? And above average is average in our industry, like in our segment of the industry, above average is average. And that's why I want to show you guys the communications from Production Octopus. They create the excellent, the top of the game. How do you be number 1? And what I mean by that is like, think of when you're seeing what I'm about to show you, picture your number 1 competitor, the person that you just would never want to go up against, the person, and this could be in anything. This could be in sports. This could be in business. This could be as a father or a mother, but like, I guess you don't really compete with mothers and fathers. You probably shouldn't, but it's just, you think about the number 1 competitor. What are they doing? What would they do, right? The things that they do that would just constantly make you like, man, this person is just so hard to keep up with and beat. And it's just like, what would they do? And do that. That's the easiest way to figure out what to do. Actually, the easiest way is to think of the things that would be terrible to do and do the opposite. The second easiest way to think of what to do is to think of what the worst, most competitive, most hard to beat person would do and do that. And so that's what I mean by this, because it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's just simple. And so the Google review writing machine is where we talk about having the on the way Arrivy message, letting the customer know you're on the way. We talked about this yesterday with the Anna, right? And then that property protection complete Arrivy message, and that safety setup complete Arrivy message, and then a roof removal complete Arrivy message, a change order confirmation, a roof installation complete Arrivy message, and an end of day invoice accuracy email saying, hey, we're coming up at the end of the day. The invoice is going to be accurate. If you want to go run to the bank and grab a check, that's a great way to get this whole thing taken care of today. We really appreciate it, right? So they don't go, oh, I didn't realize my credit card doesn't have that much on it. Yeah, I'll get you tomorrow. Oh, if you told me, I would have gone to the bank. I just wasn't sure if it was going to be the final amount. Like you're going to hear that from customers. Then a certificate of completion request in person or remote, an invoice payment confirmation and thank you email, a survey, and a post-install Google review call from inside sales. Now, how do we accomplish all these things? Like, this is a lot to do, right? It's the way that we make it easy and simple is by using, yes, Arrivy. Because if you take Arrivy out of this is like, crap. Okay, so I got to get somebody to text them they're on the way. And then I got to get someone to run downstairs and say, hey, so yeah, everything's all ready to go. It's all property's protected. We checked everything. You're good, right? And then we say, hey, you know what? The guys are set up. They're safe. You don't have to worry about anything. Guys are up there safe. And it's like, hey, by the way, your roof's removed. So this is a point in the day where we have to get things prepped. But the nice thing is you don't have to worry about any shingles hitting in the head. So you can come outside, or if anybody's coming up to the house at this point, you don't have to worry about all that debris. Hey, by the way, we found this issue. We need to get it fixed. This is what it would cost. Okay, we're going to get that done. You'll see pictures in company cam. And then it's like, hey, we got we actually missed one. There's a prep, right? Prep is complete. I used to like doing the prep one because it's like, you can usually say, okay, now your roof is protected from the weather. It's a great way of saying like, hey, we've completed the prep. Your roof is now protected from the weather. And then we would say, hey, your roof installation is complete. So now we're just doing our cleanup, and then you can send an email saying, hey, this is not an Arrivy one, but this is where you can say when the production manager or the production liaison, sometimes called the coordinator, when that person sees the installation complete message was sent, I should say send out the end of day invoice, because now we can say, hey, we got the confirmation of change order. This is what your invoice is going to be. The guys are going to be cleaning up for a while, taking down their equipment. If you have time, this is a great time to go run, grab the check. It gets the customer out of the way, gets them going to get the check. Then it's like they get back and you're like, okay, can you sign the certificate of completion? That's built into Arrivy, so it makes it easy. And then when they pay, confirm that they paid and then thank them for their business. Automatically send them a survey. This can be done through HubSpot or Arrivy. And then a call from inside sales saying, hey, we'd love to know how we did. So this is a part of the site supervisor job, is making it so that these button pushes happen and these messages go out, because we can automate that to go to them by text and email, or either or. So I should say text and or email. We like to send it to both, just because, again, over communicating is a good thing. And this writes the Google review, because when you go look at some of the reviews from some of our clients who've been on this for a while, all you see is like, great communication, super cool process, kept us informed throughout the day. There was never a question as to where are the guys at? What are they doing? Like the Google reviews write themselves, because you literally write it for them by showing them what happened. So when you ask for the Google review, they know what to talk about, because you did something remarkable. So they can remark upon what you did. They can add their remarks. So it isn't just 5 stars, great company, would buy again. You know what I mean? No, they're going to tell your customers exactly what they can expect. And that's the best part.